afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this fake Monday.
That's right. We're going to be messed up all week. Welcome back.
It's good to be back. Thanks to Brady for helping out all last week.
He did a great job, but we missed you. How was your vacation?
Spent some time up in the Chain of Lakes up in Wapaka. It's very nice.
That sounds heavenly.
2 hours away. It's perfect.
The weather was good, so your streak continues with taking vacation with the perfect weather.
Thinking of that, I said, boy, again, perfect weather. But it's good to be back.
It's good to have you back.
Let's take a look at what's happening today.
To treat them differently is treating them differently because of their disability. In other words, it's disability discrimination.
We'll explain why a ruling could impact more than 150,000 people in Wisconsin.
Governor Evers pardons another 71 people today, putting him on pace for the most by a Wisconsin governor in quite some time.
And Tammy Baldwin and other Wisconsin Democrats are meeting refugees during a tour of Fort McCoy today. We'll carry part of her press conference live coming up. But first, let's take a look outside. Interesting morning with that storm moving through, severe thunderstorm warning.
And boy, did you see the hail that some people reported at their homes?
North of here?
Yeah, very stormy, and then the sun came out, and now it's beautiful outside.
Well, it's kind of humid.
Yeah, that's true.
Quiet and seasonal are our weather words, and Julian is standing by with a nicer forecast.
That's right. We are looking at a much nicer forecast for us than it was this morning and early parts of our afternoon. But first, we're going to take a look at what happened for us. We saw those lines of storms sweep through across Wisconsin and now are inching into Illinois and giving Michigan quite a bit of an afternoon for us as we're going into our evening hours. Now, here's a look at our storm reports. As they were just mentioning, Susan and both Mark, there was plenty of hail. As we can see on our live storm tracker as of right now, we're looking at plenty of hail reports throughout much of the area from these storms that swept by. And with it, we were looking at about 1 inch in diameter for some of the hail that was seen just around Dane County and even going into Rock County as well. But for us right now, we're looking at pretty great conditions, much more seasonable, 78 degrees. The sun is here and that sky is very blue for us. And we're going to be looking at, in terms for the rest of this evening, more so on those cooler conditions for us. But we're going to check out our traffic for us as we take a look. We're going to be seeing right now on traffic, not a whole lot of bad spots for us. Some areas are slow along the belt line, but for right now, looking pretty good, all green, east and westbound as of right now. But as we take a closer look over towards the interstate, we're still looking pretty good. Lots of green conditions for us as we're rolling in. So that's going to be taking a good look for us for our evening commute. We'll talk more about what else to expect for tonight's coming up. Over to you guys.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Julian. Thank you. Breaking in the last couple of hours, a group of disabled Wisconsin workers is filing a class action federal lawsuit. They hope to overturn a ban in state law that prevents people on disability from getting unemployment benefits.
Our Naomi Coles is outside of the federal courthouse in downtown Madison to explain. Naomi?
Republicans passed a law back in 2013 that first put this ban in place. Then in 2015, they updated that law to close some loopholes. At the time, they said it was double dipping. That leaves tens of thousands of disabled people who work part-time jobs in Wisconsin to supplement their benefits. They average about $1,200 a month. When they lose that part-time job, they don't have a fallback of unemployment benefits. Attorneys said today that law is discriminatory.
Those employees lose their jobs. The ADA, the Rehabilitation Act, and the Due Process Clause of the United States Constitution says those workers are to be treated like every other worker. To treat them differently is treating them differently because of their disability. In other words, it's disability discrimination.
Last year, this ban in state law led to disabled people who lost their jobs during the pandemic being unable to file for the Pandemic Assistance Program. That was until the federal government reversed their position, but the ban on regular unemployment benefits remains. Tonight at 5 o'clock, you're going to be hearing from one of the 8 plaintiffs that are named in this case. Plus, you'll be hearing from lawyers about what it means for disabled people if they win.
Thank you. We're having some technical issues there. President Biden toured neighborhoods in New York and New Jersey that were damaged when the remnants of Hurricane Ida barreled through.
He promised federal help, but some residents aren't sure they'll get everything they need. Wendy Gillette has the latest from Manville, New Jersey.
This is my family album. Anita Rita Mente's family photographs were washed away by the floods in Manville, New Jersey, unleashed when the remnants of Ida roared through last week. The curb outside the home that's been in her family for 30 years is lined with ruined belongings. What do you want done?
I want to change the infrastructure. I would like to have to see that the people, that the Manvillians and Manville itself is being cared for.
President Biden toured the damage in Manville and spoke with local leaders about how the federal government is trying to help and why climate change has added urgency to Congress passing his infrastructure bill.
I think the country's finally acknowledged the fact that global warming is real and it's moving at an incredible pace.
The president is also stopping in Queens, New York, where several residents died when floods submerged their basement homes. He approved major disaster declarations for 5 New York counties and 6 in New Jersey, allowing individuals and businesses to receive federal aid for repairs and temporary housing.
Nearly every street in Manville looks like this, piles of debris outside homes. Crews are beginning to clean it up, scooping it into dumpsters.
Anxiety, stress.
Donna Bazold says she's dealing with many emotions after losing everything she owned.
You know, I can't afford to keep replacing furniture all the time and living on eggshells all the time. Every time it rains heavy, I'm a nervous wreck.
After enduring 2 major floods in her apartment, she says she's moving and never coming back. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Manville, New Jersey.
Senator Tammy Baldwin and other Wisconsin Democrats are at Fort McCoy this afternoon to tour the facilities and to be briefed on the Afghan evacuee operations.
And they are speaking right now. Let's take a listen.
So just on that, you know, again, anecdotally to people who are interacting with these refugees every day, gratitude has been expressed over and over and over again. And so I think that's something we can take to heart. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good job. All right. Sweet. Wonderful. Thank you.
Can I speak for you or?
Sorry, we joined that a little bit late. That was Senator Tammy Baldwin talking about touring Fort McCoy today. Our Madeline O'Neill is there, and she will have more on later newscasts. Governor Tony Evers is on track to pardon more people in his first term than any governor in recent history. Governor Evers announced 71 additional pardons, bringing his total issued since taking office less than 3 years ago to 263. He's on pace to issue more pardons in 3 years than the nearly 300 that former Governor Jim Doyle did over 8 years. Governor Evers signed an executive order today that expedites the pardon process by allowing those who have committed nonviolent offenses to have their applications sent directly to the governor without needing a hearing by the Pardon Advisory Board.
As I said when I reinstated the Pardon Board, I believe in forgiveness and I'm in the power of redemption, and I believe the people of Wisconsin believe that also.
Republican Governor Scott Walker did not issue a single pardon during his 8 years in office before Evers defeated him in 2018.
Minot police arrested a man Saturday after he allegedly cut and stabbed his mother several times with a pair of swords. Authorities said they were sent to an apartment around 9 p.m. for a disturbance call. When officers arrived, they found the victim with life-threatening injuries. Police said the suspect, 30-year-old Sylvester J. Mahomes Jr., asked his mother for money and a cell phone. When she said no, he allegedly attacked her with the swords. Mahomes Jr. was subsequently arrested and booked on pending charges of attempted first-degree intentional homicide, armed robbery, and armed burglary.
Whitewater hosted a vaccine clinic today at its Rock County campus in Janesville, hoping to capitalize on the extension of the $100 vaccine gift card. The clinic was open to the public and offered the one-shot Johnson & Johnson as well as the Pfizer vaccine. There was also an additional incentive for UW-Whitewater students. Assistant Dean Kristen Philhauer tells us all about it.
Yeah, we're really excited about the response that we've received. Students are actually eligible if they participate and are able to send their records to the UW-Whitewater COVID hotline. They're eligible for a weekly drawing of $500 and potentially a $7,000 scholarship.
The vaccine clinic continues tomorrow, and they will have another one in a month for second doses.
Well, for for blood doesn't take a timeout, and since COVID, that need has only increased. That's why the Red Cross and UW-Madison teamed up for a blood drive today at the Nick Rec Center. With more and more individuals receiving a COVID-19 vaccine, vaccinated individuals can donate blood and platelets. However, knowing the name of the manufacturer of the vaccine they received is important in determining blood donation eligibility. Donors who came in to give received a free haircut coupon from Sports Clips Haircuts. Still to come at 4, it was a big holiday weekend at the box office.
When we come back, our film critic Will Loper has the numbers, and he'll give us a preview of the new shows and movies coming out this week. That's when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back.
Your heart is at the heart of everything you do. And if you have heart failure, there's Entresto. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Here at TSR, we transform old, cracked concrete floors into beautiful, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here at TSR, we don't just simply coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, repair it, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new floor will last. Our awesome team is here to answer all of your questions before and after the installation. And right now, we are offering 15% off your new floor coating until the end of the year. Visit the website or call that number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor. Call 1-800-886-8411.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible. So call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
With less moderate to severe eczema, why hide your skin? If you can help heal your skin from within. With Dupixent, adults saw long-lasting, clearer skin and significantly less itch. Don't use if you're allergic to Dupixent. Serious allergic reactions can occur, including anaphylaxis, which is severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes or a parasitic infection. If you take asthma medicines, don't change or stop them without talking to your doctor. Talk to your doctor about Dupixent.
Welcome back. Environmental groups are pushing lawmakers to include billions of dollars in climate measures.
It's part of a $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation package. Several prominent groups, including the League of Conservation Voters, Climate Power, the Natural Resources Defense Council, the Center for American Progress, and the Sierra Club, wrote a letter to members of Congress. They want a clean electricity payment program and tax credits for clean energy and electric vehicles.
The federal government now believes more people may have died of illnesses related to 9/11 attacks than those that were actually killed in the terror attacks. The Justice Department revealed a special report on the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund today. According to the report, more than 18,000 people who filed a claim listed 9/11 related cancers as one of their eligible conditions. That is 48% of the claims filed. More than 40,000 people have received nearly $9 billion from the federal fund.
President Joe Biden is planning to travel to California to campaign with embattled Governor Gavin Newsom as he fights a recall election. The White House says Biden will visit the Democratic governor early next week. That means he'll likely be there at most 24 hours before Election Day on September 14th. And it might be too late to garner support because of the vast majority of votes are expected to be cast early and through mail-in ballots.
A popular fast food hamburger chain is offering major cash prizes for its employees who get vaccinated. It's being dubbed the Vax-a-Thousands giveaway. White Castle is encouraging its 10,000 team members to roll up their sleeves for a chance to win $500. 50 winners with proof of vaccination will be picked each week, and all of them will be eligible for a $500 prize. That's a lot of sliders.
That is a lot of sliders. Good luck with that. It was a mixed day on Wall Street as the COVID crisis worsens. The Dow Industrials fell 269 points, closing at 35,100. The tech-heavy NASDAQ managed a 10-point gain, but the S&P 500 was off 15.
Well, Labor Day, of course, was yesterday, meaning that summer is ending, leaving us with our comfort shows and movies to digest for the rest of the year.
But one movie sought to keep Labor Day interesting, and it did just that. Here's Will Loper with the Loper Report.
And Susan, Marvel's latest superhero film, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, shattered expectations and broke the Labor Day box office record, bringing in $90 million over the 4-day weekend.
Throughout my life, the 10 rings gave our family power. If you wanted them to be yours one day, you have to show me you are strong enough to carry them.
The latest origin story is the first Marvel film to feature an Asian hero and predominantly Asian cast. Simu Liu plays the title role, a man living a normal life until he's called to confront his past.
I thought I could change my name, start a new life. But I could never escape his shadow.
The film features fantastic martial arts sequences that are among the best scenes of the movie, including one that takes place on a bus.
Who are you?
Of course, there's plenty of humor as well, but it's the emotional weight of the film that makes this one of Marvel's best. The relationship between parent and child, the good and bad that's within all of us make this stand tall among superhero films and absolutely worth seeing. Over on streaming services, new on Netflix is the series On the Verge.
You know how you have one of those days and it just feels like everything is collapsing all around you? And then all of a sudden, it's just fine again.
Julie Delpy and Elizabeth Shue star in the show that explores the lives and careers of 4 women.
Sometimes I think we're all just grieving the person we hoped we would become.
New on HBO Max is 2020's film, News of the World.
You understand English?
Tom Hanks plays a Civil War veteran who finds a young girl and decides to return her to her remaining family in the unforgiving Old West.
Roads closed. Is that the law?
It is now.
New on Amazon Prime Video this Thursday is the docuseries Lula Rich.
I had achieved the dream. I was selling magic leggings.
This is a huge opportunity in America.
It had just become a circus. Mark starts spouting off passages from the Book of Mormon.
A mass delusion.
Oh my God, I'm in a cult.
Did any of them have a clue how to run a company of this size? No.
It's the definition of a pyramid scheme.
The series explores the rise and fall of clothing company LuLaRoe.
The question is, what did you want out of it?
You get to be the boss. I'm gonna lose my house. It seemed too good to be true. And it was.
Finally, pick up with the vampire comedy on Hulu, where the 3rd season of What We Do in the Shadows is streaming.
We decided to declutter, so we're selling a few things. What is that?
It's the bone. Loose bone available for cheap. Perfect for all your bone needs.
For Live at 4, I'm Will Loper.
What is it?
It's an evil bucket, obviously.
Obviously.
You saw that. You said it was really funny.
Oh, yeah, it's a third season.
Oh, see, we all need a good laugh right about
FX, you
that.
have to watch it.
Okay.
It is spectacular.
All of those things that Will featured today look really good. Good. There's lots to watch.
Have to take another week off.
Don't you dare.
All right, still to come at 4. September is a good time to shop for backyard gear and tech.
We'll get Consumer Reports Best Buys of the Month coming up after Julian's First Warn forecast.
My heart failure diagnosis changed my priorities. I want time for the people I love. My heart doesn't pump enough blood, so my doctor gave me Farxiga. It helps my heart do its job better. Farxiga helps keep me living life and out of the hospital for heart failure.
Do not take if allergic to Farxiga. Symptoms of a serious allergic reaction include rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. Stop taking and seek medical help right away. Tell your doctor right away if you have red color in urine, or pain while you urinate, or a genital area infection, since a rare but serious genital infection may be life-threatening. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems or are on dialysis. Other serious side effects include dehydration, sudden kidney problems, genital yeast and bacterial infections in women and men, urinary tract infections, and low blood sugar. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis, which is serious and may lead to death.
Work time with her? Sounds good to me.
If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart.
Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
At General Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is important to us. From keeping you cozy warm to cooling you off with the ultra-quiet, energy-efficient Carrier Infinity Home Comfort System. Plus, join our free home comfort program and keep your air conditioner and furnace running at peak performance year after year. Enjoy priority service and extra savings that really add up. Celebrating 75 years of providing award-winning comfort for your home. Turn to the experts, Carrier and General Heating and Air Conditioning.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Living longer is possible and proven with Kisqali when taken with a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor in premenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Take a look at this. Watch a pilot squeeze a speedy plane through a tight tunnel near Istanbul, setting a world record in the process. According to pilot Dario Costa, no one had ever attempted to fly through a tunnel before, which would make this harrowing feat a first. Well, unless you count that guy from Indiana Jones, but that didn't exactly work out. So after a year of careful preparations, Costa successfully flew a stunt plane through the tunnel, stretching more than a mile long. Costa kept the craft aloft in the tunnel with only about 13 feet of space from the wingtips to the walls. And when it was over, the flyboy and his team set a world record.
That's incredible. And look at the concentration on his face.
Yeah, I would think so.
Wow.
Pay attention.
That is one incredible pilot.
Don't have a beer before you do this.
Or a Red Bull.
Because today is National Beer Lovers Day.
The origin of brewing beer actually predates recorded history. Beer is a well-known part of American history. Virginia colonists brewed beer with barley, malt, and hops, and George Washington recorded a recipe for brewing beer in his notes. Whether it's an IPA or a PBR, you can celebrate the day on social media and photos of your beer of choice with the hashtag National Beer Lovers Day.
Drink responsibly.
Yes.
And don't drive. All right, that's our public service. Now over to Julian. Things are clearing up for us.
Yes, things are clearing up for us. We are looking for a wonderful night to have that beer for National Beer Lovers Day. So that's going to be something we're going to be talking about coming up in a few moments. Until then, we'll be right back after the break.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part? Our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad, and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Ask about our Designer Kids package or Free Lens Upgrade. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
It's that time of year again where you just want a little fresh air. Maybe a cool midnight breeze through a window, or the smell of fresh-cut grass through a patio door. If your windows or doors aren't letting you enjoy the season, consider Renewal by Anderson Replacement Windows from Wanakee Remodeling. For a limited time, take advantage of our great offer. Renewal by Anderson Windows. Let's crack one open.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Welcome back, everyone. Now, we did see some stormy conditions for us with those severe thunderstorms that swept through southern Wisconsin. So we're going to start off with exactly where those are for us, because we are looking at plenty of clear conditions around, plenty of sunshine, blue skies, but that line of storms that was wreaking havoc throughout southern Wisconsin is now pushing its way into Illinois and from Michigan as of right now. But as we take a look at our storm reports, we saw plenty of hail with these storms, zooming in, especially around Dane County, where we were looking at hail throughout much of the area, especially from the northwest into central and southeastern areas of Dane County, even stretching into Rock County as well. But as of right now, on our radar, we are looking at clear conditions for us. Not a whole lot to report about, but let's take a look at some of our viewer photos. Thank you for those who submitted them, because look at this. This is bigger than quarter, nickel, and dime-sized hail that was falling from these storms that swept through. And over into another one. Here we have over 2 inches, or an inch of diameter in terms of some of the hail that fell. So this is pretty good-sized hail that would would have caused damage to even some vehicles. Now, going back into what a severe thunderstorm is, not every thunderstorm is severe, as we all know, but here's some of the criteria. Hail that's at least an inch in diameter or larger, and straight line winds of 58 miles per hour or greater. The chance of potentially seeing a tornado and then frequent lightning, and or heavy rainfall does not make it a severe thunderstorm. You have to at least have the other three in order for it to be a severe storm. But for the rest of our evening, we're going to be really enjoying some nice conditions for us. It's going to be clear skies for us, cooling down as we head into night. However, it's still a bit on the muggy side because of all that humidity, but we are looking for some still cooler conditions as we head into our Wednesday. Now, as we take a look forward tonight, here's how we're going to be planning out the rest of the evening. Still looking at clear skies for us with around 75 degrees as we reach into 6 p.m. And then as we go into tonight, we're looking into those 60s to come in and keep things on the cool end. Now, we are still seeing a trend in temperatures that are a bit on the seasonable side. Around this time of year, our normal high temperature is about 78 degrees, but as we get into the weekend, we're looking at those temperatures to be a bit above seasonable for us as we're looking at those 80s to return. But in terms of rain chances, we're not looking at a whole lot of it. We're looking at Saturday to potentially bring in some more chances, and then next Tuesday. But for the next few days, we're looking at very quiet weather and very pleasant weather, and that's pretty much what we're seeing for tonight as well. 55 degrees, mostly clear and pleasant. Our low is 55, a little bit on the breezier side with winds 8 to 15 miles per hour, but it's definitely going to be a nice night to have a nice cold beer. Now, as we take a look for the next few days for us, we are looking at those temperatures to stay on the pleasant side for Wednesday and Thursday. Then we're going to ramp up a bit on Friday and Saturday. Then another cold front is going to be coming in for Sunday to keep things onto the seasonable side with those middle 70s. We are looking at mostly clear conditions for us, not a whole lot of showers in the forecast. Honestly, I'm loving it, Mark and Susan. These are really good conditions for us, especially as we get into about the mid part of September rolling in.
That's why September is such a great month.
After that hot August.
Yes.
Refreshing. All right. Thank you, Julian.
Thanks, Julian.
It is September, and summer is sort of coming to an end, and the kids are back in school.
So that means it's the perfect time to score some great seasonal deals before the winter holidays.
From grills and backyard must-haves to tech devices and appliances, Consumer Reports reveals the top-rated items with big September savings as well.
Between Labor Day, back-to-school shopping, and the shift from summer to fall, there are plenty of opportunities to save right now. Here are the top products to look out for in this month's Best Time to Buy. First up, grills.
September can be a really great time to find a good price on a grill. It's the end of summer, so retailers are looking to close out their summer inventory and get all of those items out of their warehouse to make room for the cooler weather items. So Labor Day tends to be the best time to find those sale prices.
Consumer Reports found the Cuisinart Portable Gas Grill for $175 at Amazon, Best Buy, and Lowe's. This grill is one of the best portable grills Consumer Reports has tested. Is it time for a refrigerator upgrade right before Thanksgiving? The Blomberg Top Freezer Refrigerator is now $999 at AJ Madison and Appliances Connection. Consumer Reports says this fridge is an all-around solid performer with ice maker and digital controls. And even though it should be cooling down soon, you can probably still count on some sweltering September days. The LG window air conditioner is now $300 at Walmart. Consumer Reports says this model is one of the best window units for small rooms. Next, keep your lawn looking sharp all the way into fall. The Hart battery push mower is $248 at Walmart. This mower gets around a 65-minute runtime on a single charge and also scores strong in Consumer Reports tests for cutting evenness. And finally, September is prime time to look out for smartphones.
Every September, Apple tends to reveal and announce the next iPhone. This year, we're hearing rumors that the iPhone 13 will be announced later this month. And when that announcement is made, they tend to discount the older model phones. If you have those phones and you want the new one, there are also typically trade-in deals where you can save a big chunk of change on the new phone.
The iPhone 12 Pro Max is one of the best smartphones in Consumer Reports ratings. Have a great month of good deals. I'm Chris Stanford.
Thank you, Chris. A lot of deals out there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's up next, a story of a military family, the Pentagon, daycare, and 9/11.
And then coming up next hour at 5, we continue our 9/11 reporting 20 years later. Our reporter Brad Hamilton speaks to veterans about what the anniversary of the attacks mean to them. That story's coming up tonight at 5.
Get more enjoyment out of your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, receive 25% off sunrooms. This offer won't last long. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Here at TSR, we transform old, cracked concrete floors into beautiful, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here at TSR, we don't just simply coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, repair it, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new floor will last. Our awesome team is here to answer all of your questions before and after the installation. And right now, we are offering 15% off your new floor coating until the end of the year. Visit the website or call that number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor. Call 1-800-886-8411.
McGann Furniture in Baraboo has a question for you. Have you ever bought a piece of furniture in a box and then had to put it together yourself? We know it's not fun. At McGann's, everything is professionally inspected and assembled before pickup or delivery. Goodbye headaches, and there's no extra charge for assembly. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in soon and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Big news for heartburn sufferers. Introducing Zantac 360 Degrees with a new formula that has the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn. It works in as little as 15 minutes and lasts. New Zantac 360.
Discover what's in store at Habitat Restore Dane County. You'll find something new every time you visit to keep your project on budget with low price and high quality home supplies. For one-of-a-kind items, shop Habitat Restore Dane County today.
Get more enjoyment out of your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, receive 25% off sunrooms. This offer won't last long. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Want to know what the day's weather will be like where you live? Well, that's easy. Just ask me. Here's how. Record a short video on your phone. State your name, where you're from, and simply say,
I'm Sam from Madison. Hey, Chris, plan my day.
Then send it to me by email, and I'll give you a personal forecast right here on News 3 Now this morning. This is your chance to be on TV. So just send me a video and say,
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris, plan our day.
Plan your day with Chris, only on News 3 Now this morning.
On September 11th, 2001, terrorists hijacked American Airlines Flight 77 and then flew it into the heart of America's military, the Pentagon.
20 years later, a couple of the survivors of that attack are carrying on the legacy of their fallen soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines killed in the attack.
Natalie Brand has the story from the Pentagon.
You had basically every type of emergency vehicle and the sirens from that, and then on top of that, just a really acrid smell from the burning jet fuel. And to be honest, most of my memories are a little bit fragmented because I was only 3 years old at the time.
Second Lieutenant Hannah Bourne's memories of September 11th, 2001 may be fragmented, but the impact lasting. She and her infant sister Heather were inside the Pentagon Daycare Center at the time of the attack.
Service members showed up at the door and started loading infants into cribs and then just carried the cribs like half a mile to the river.
Her mother, now retired Brigadier General Dana Bourne, was serving at Bolling Air Force Base at the time.
You know, our world changed, and it took us a while to realize that. I think after 9/11 that there's no going back, right? That things have changed.
Also changed the lives of those who served and those left with the trauma of that day. As a child, Hannah drew pictures of what she experienced following the attack and instinctively comforted her sister when her dad brought her to a spot near the Pentagon to try and explain what happened.
Her younger sister, who at 4 months old really was just dealing with sadness. Who knows where that came from, but she was comforting.
Both daughters now committed to military service themselves. Lieutenant Bourne with the Air Force, Midshipman Heather Bourne currently at the Naval Academy.
The biggest takeaways that my sister and I have had have just been from witnessing firsthand how people show up every day and commit themselves to a larger purpose and do what the nation asks of them, but also do so much more.
Lieutenant Bourne, who is completing a graduate program at Georgetown University this year, hopes to one day fly rescue missions.
What is it about rescue missions? I don't know. There's probably something innate there about just the gratitude that my sister and I and my family have for the service members who had the awareness to come help rescue us during 9/11 and maybe wanting to give back in a more direct way.
Lieutenant Bourne says every 9/11, she and her sister reflect on what they can do to honor the legacy of the lives lost and the sacrifices made over the past 20 years. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Arlington, Virginia.
Military leaders citing that the Pentagon is one of the most targeted terrorist sites in the world shut down the Pentagon's daycare center following the 9/11 attack.
Boy, I like that thought, though, to honor the anniversary by paying it forward and doing something good for somebody else.
Doing something
because
positive.
we were just talking about how it really brought us together, the whole country. Yeah.
Well, after a big holiday weekend filled with travel and football games and other large gatherings, are we in for another COVID surge?
We'll get the latest news and we'll get an update on booster shots with UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff when Live at 4 continues.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xiidra like I did.
I prefer you didn't.
Xiidra, not today, dry eye.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
What can I do with less asthma? With Dupixent, I can do more beginner's yoga. Namaste. Namaste. Surprise parties. Aw, you guys. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks. For free! So I can do more of the things I love. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that can improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks and can reduce or even eliminate oral steroids. And here's something important. Dupixent can cause serious allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Get help right away if you have rash, shortness of breath, chest pain, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection, and don't change or stop your asthma treatments, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Are you ready to do more with less asthma? Just ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
And welcome back. We're going to take another quick look at Our traffic right now on the Beltline, we are still seeing some mostly green, but there are some areas where we are looking at some slow spots. A couple disabled vehicles on westbound as of right now. So if you're making your commute this evening, expect some slow spots around the Beltline, especially as we are trying to make your way off of Whitney Road as well. But for the most part, everywhere else, we are looking into the green sides, mostly still seeing some slow spots around downtown area. But as we take a quicker look over into the interstate, we're looking at real green conditions for us as of right now. Now, if we're looking for time to get into A to B, it's going to take 25 minutes from Janesville to the Beltline, Sauk City to Middleton, 16 minutes, and Sun Prairie to downtown, 9 minutes. And that'll do it for traffic. Let's go ahead and toss it back over to you guys.
All right, Julian, thank you. Here's something you don't see every day. A farmer in Australia found a fire shooting out of the middle of a tree like a blowtorch. They're in the middle of a winter burn in sticks and bark when they saw the flames. Although that fire was more than 20 feet away, they believe the tree's roots caught fire and spread underground to the tree.
That's fascinating, isn't it?
It's fascinating.
I've never seen anything like that.
Well, the daily COVID-19 case average is more than 3 times higher than it was on Labor Day last year.
Labor Day travel plus packed football stadiums across the country is raising concerns about another COVID surge.
Earlier today, we talked with UW Health Chief Quality Officer Dr. Jeff Potoff. It was a very busy weekend in Madison with Summerfest and the football game and Taste of Madison. How concerned are you about all these big gatherings?
You know, there is some concern there. You know, on the plus side, a lot of these gatherings over the Labor Day holiday are outdoors, but unfortunately, many of them do involve folks, you know, very close together, like shoulders touching close together. And in that situation, with the high levels of COVID that we have in the community, if those folks are unmasked, particularly if they're unvaccinated, that does pose some risk to have some additional cases develop in our area because of those events.
Football gatherings like the one at Camp Randall on Saturday happened all over the country. It was not just in Madison. And I wonder if everyone was just so excited to have football back that we dropped our guard a little bit and forgot that we're still in the middle of a pandemic. So when do you expect to see a spike in cases down the road, and how soon down the road?
So typically what we've seen after, you know, large events, whether they are here or, you know, other parts of the country, you know, holidays in the past during the pandemic, is it takes anywhere from 3 to 5 days for symptoms to develop in people where they're going to go, maybe this is something I should pay attention to. Usually it takes a few more days for them to say, you know what, I really better get a COVID test. They get that COVID test, you know, a day later, they'll know if they're positive or not. That's when we would see those positive cases. So anywhere from 7 to 10 days after an event is when we should start seeing data coming in that would suggest that we have some additional cases than just our normal baseline that we're seeing right now.
And what's your gut about it? Do you expect to see a big spike?
You know, it's hard to say whether we're going to see a big spike. My gut's been wrong before on this. We were worried last year during Thanksgiving holiday, Christmas holiday, that we would have a lot of gathering and a spike in cases. At the same time, you know, we have seen cases come out of the Deer District and other large gatherings, you know, just a little while ago. So I do think there will be cases that come out of these gatherings. Whether it's a large number of cases or a big spike remains to be seen. But I don't think we'll have any news that says, you know, with Camp Randall football game or Summerfest, that 0 cases came out of there. We're just not going to be that lucky.
The governor's extended his incentive for $100 for people to get their first vaccine. Is it doing any good? Does that help?
You know, I had heard that, you know, in Wisconsin, it was maybe having some effect. It seems like the effect is kind of hit or miss as you go around the country. You know, I think for folks that need that incentive as a way to motivate them to go through the work of getting a vaccine, it may be helpful. I still run into people in the emergency department who are like telling me that they just didn't get around to it. They didn't have time to schedule their vaccine. Having a financial incentive might help with that. For others, I think, you know, they're so philosophically opposed to the vaccine, $100 may not make much of a difference to them.
But it's not too late to get a vaccine, is it?
Never too late. And I think, you know, with the amount of Delta in our community right now, it's a good time to get vaccinated if you're not vaccinated. I think this idea that, you know, you can just lay low and not be exposed to the virus really isn't based in reality. Either we're going to be vaccinated and come across the virus at some point, or we're going to be unvaccinated and come across the virus at some point. And the difference in outcomes between those two different scenarios is significant. You really want to be in that vaccinated camp the day that COVID comes knocking knocking on your door.
And the numbers prove that. I mean, most people in the hospital or people seriously sick are unvaccinated, correct?
Absolutely. So even if you look at, rate of conversion to positive, unvaccinated are going to convert at a much, much higher rate than those breakthrough cases that we hear about. And then for those that are both infected with COVID, nearly all of those that are severe cases are in the unvaccinated. That's who's filling up hospital beds and ICUs.
What is our latest guidance on boosters? Where are we with booster shots, especially in relation to people who got the one-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine? What's the latest on that?
Yeah, I think a few things. For the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, it looks like there's data that's forthcoming that is going to suggest that a booster is going to be helpful. For the rest of us with those mRNA vaccines, particularly the Pfizer vaccine, there was this date put out there of 9/20. Right now, I think we're waiting for another announcement, more information from the CDC and the FDA, those organizations that are actually looking at all of the data available right now and saying, yeah, 9/20 sounds good, or maybe they pick a different date. I do think boosters are coming, but I'm not so sure it's going to be right on that 9/20 date.
But if you got vaccinated, you're still being protected.
Absolutely. If you're vaccinated, your likelihood of having a disease with COVID-19 coming down with it is decreased. If you're vaccinated, your likelihood of getting very sick and being in the hospital is significantly decreased. There's really a ton of upside to being vaccinated and almost no downside.
And if you're vaccinated, do you think it's okay to go to gatherings like the ones we saw this weekend if you take the appropriate protections? Or do you think people going into the fall might want to be a little more cautious?
I think if you're vaccinated and you're going to go to some of these events and you take those simple precautions of throwing a mask on when you find yourself close to other people, really close, you can reduce the risk enough where that becomes not an unreasonable event. If you're going to leave the mask at home, I start to worry a little bit. If you're unvaccinated, there really is no safe way for you to do those things without putting yourself and others in danger.
Keep that mask handy, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Doctor, good to see you again.
Thank you, Dr. Potoff. Always good to talk to you. We'll see you soon.
Sounds good. See you later.
Bottom line, get vaccinated if you're not. That's the best protection you can have.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Allergy sufferers, bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. And in a clinical study, after just one day, 90% felt powerful 24-hour relief. So be wise all, take Zysol at night.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming, so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
News 3 Now and Channel 3000 put top stories and breaking news at your fingertips. Video alerts and forecasts, simple and fast. Download the Channel 3000 app today. Every day, News 3 Now investigates, taking action to discover and report the facts to make sure your voice is heard. That's why News 3 Now investigates.
Welcome back. We're going to be taking a quick recap of our weather. So for the rest of this evening, we're going to be expecting those temperatures to be in those 70s throughout much of southern Wisconsin, and clear skies are all full throttle for us as we go into tonight. Cooling down as we get into the evening hours, and then once we get into our Wednesday, we're still looking for cooler conditions to roll in. Could be seeing some partly cloudy skies for us, but for the most part, we're looking for some real quiet weather for us, especially as we get into the middle part of our week. Now, as we take a quick recap for this evening, planning it out from 6 to 10 p.m. We're looking at clear skies, temperatures to be in those 70s until we get into about the nightly hours. Once the sun goes down, the 60s come up as we're looking at those lower 60s coming in around 10 p.m. And as we see for tonight, we're going to be looking at our low conditions to be about in the 55-degree range. However, we are looking for some breezy conditions from the west-northwest that could be from 8 to 15 miles per hour, so a nice cool breeze is definitely going to be expected. But for tonight, it's definitely one of those have the window open when you go to sleep type of nights, because the humidity will start to die down, but we're also looking at mostly clear and pleasant conditions with a nice light breeze and those temperatures at 55 degrees. We'll talk more about this coming up in a few moments.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
When you're the victim of an accident, it can feel like the weight of the entire world is on your shoulders. Why not let us take that crippling burden off your back? Habish, Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Ask about our Designer Kids package or Free Lens Upgrade. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
My heart failure diagnosis changed my priorities. I want time for the people I love. My heart doesn't pump enough blood, so my doctor gave me Farxiga. It helps my heart do its job better. Farxiga helps keep me living life and out of the hospital for heart failure.
Do not take if allergic to Farxiga. Symptoms of a serious allergic reaction include rash, swelling, difficulty breathing, or swallowing. Stop taking and seek medical help right away. Tell your doctor right away if you have red color in urine, or pain while you urinate, or a genital area infection, since a rare but serious genital infection may be life-threatening. Do not take Farxiga if you have severe kidney problems or are on dialysis. Other serious side effects include dehydration, sudden kidney problems, genital yeast and bacterial infections in women and men, urinary tract infections, and low blood sugar. Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis, which is serious and may lead to death.
Work time with her? Sounds good to me.
Farxiga. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
In today's Final Touch, wildlife photographers from all over the world are going for some big laughs.
The finalists of the 2021 Comedy Wildlife Photo Award finalists are revealed. Try not to smile at these priceless pictures that are among the finalists for the 2021 Wildlife Photo Awards. A selection of 42 images made the final cut from over 7,000 shots submitted by photogs from all over the world. Viewers have until October 10th to cast a vote for their favorite image online at comedywildlifephoto.com, and the winner will be revealed on October 22nd. Last year's winner was Mark Fitzpatrick, who caught a shot in the Great Barrier Reef of a turtle seemingly giving